So, I just finished the Amazing Digital Circus episode 9 movie thing. Literally 6 minutes ago. And this beginning of this week is when I finished the entire series up to episode 9 on YouTube. Episode 9's on Netflix and YouTube, but yeah. I never heard of it until Fortnite. And I was like, I'll give it a shot. Was Palmy and Jack showing up in Fortnite? I'm sorry, I'm not going to remember everyone's names. So, Kane's the AI, I know who that is. That's easy because there is the little Bible hint in there with Cain and Abel. And yes, Cain does kill Abel. But that's right on. That's literally like episode 7, 6 or 7, something like that. And there's only 9 episodes. But never heard of it until like last week with the Fortnite crab. So I watched it. And like Palmy and Jack's are the skins in Fortnite. And what was it? Roxy is the Mix-a-Lot character. Oh, she's like, it is built. I don't know. Sometimes they call it a she, sometimes they call it a guy, but I'm pretty sure they were a bartender in the real life. So, who knows? I don't care. I don't focus on that. The fact that they're able to take pieces and put themselves together was kind of cool. That was like a cool, like, hey, I have like 6 arms sometimes type cool deal. It was like, hey, I found a new face for Geigo. Geigo's the stringy girl. King, I think I got everyone. Palmy, Jack's King. Ribbity is the frog. I don't remember the crown's name. I wish we would have got a little bit more with those because they show up in flashbacks for the entire thing. And this final movie thing that came out this week on Netflix and YouTube, I think there was a Fieldo thing at the beginning of the week. They did it in the Fieldo. But that was... I don't remember his name, but they only showed up in flashbacks. But if Jack's backstory is true, kind of sad. I don't know. I'm not I'm not trying to be an expert like at all because I only seen through the series once, and one of it was like. I started it, and I was like, I'm going to watch an episode or two, and 4 hours later, I'm like, oh, it's 4 a.m. in the morning. Oops. So, yeah. Right now, it's 1 a.m. 1:30, I guess. 1:20. But, yeah, I'm just here watching this show as this, just as somebody on the outside looking in, basically. And yeah, I think they're trying to say that the characters in this AI world are also alive in the real world at the same time. They're the same person, but they're 2 different worlds. I think that's the hint that they gave you at the end. Like, yeah, everyone actually has a life going on still. And you guys just got a piece of your memory put in the AI for a split second. So you have all your memories up to that point, or whatever. But you're not actually you, type deal. I think that's what they're trying to say. Who knows? That's why they kept their digital world names. But Raggedy being like super rich and athletic and likes baseball. Palmy just being Palmy. She likes events. Or favorite episode is They All Got Guns. Like, that's literally my favorite episode. It makes sense that they're in Fortnite. This is not going to be a long video because I don't have a lot to say. I'm just enjoying the show. I actually consider it probably like an 8 out of 10. I don't think it's perfect. I don't think it's bad. It's enjoyable. And I had a good time. Now that they're all out, I may watch the entire series again on Netflix or whatnot. And just enjoy it. I saw the live stream was going when they put the premiere of the thing earlier today, and it had like 5 million people watching. Like, you're just watching a premiere video, you have that many people watching, you must have a great fan base. Actually, I think it's at 5 million now. I think they had 2 million watching at the start. And I just went in just for a split couple of seconds just to see what was going on. Yeah. But I'm kind of upset that Jax is just inside of a giant tent at the end. Like, yeah, don't worry. Like, this video is just spoilers. I'm just gonna say whatever I feel like. But I don't like what they did to Jax. Like, if he's alive in the real world, cool. But the avatar of him is like one of those creatures that happens. And I was like, come on, you could have saved him. I thought that was the whole point of the whole thing of Palmy hugging him was to save him. And it's like, nope, he's just going to stay a blob creature in the living room inside of a tent that people look in once in a while. And everyone else is swimming in a void. Does that mean he's freeing the void? Plus Jax? So I think that's, was it Queen and then King? King's friend girl? There's a cat looking at me. But I enjoyed the show. I'm not gonna be one of those people who's like gonna say it's terrible. I'm not gonna say it's not terrible. The most offensive thing that's in it is basically the bleeping because they can't cuss. And maybe some, I don't know, like, they really don't make anything like, hey, this character is in love with this character or anything like that. You don't have any of that, really. You got friendships that show like they're in love, like Jax and Liberty are definitely in love, but nothing really happened, and because Jax is a coward type deal. I actually had a fight like that. Well, I was Liberty, and the person I killed for was Jax. So, yeah. That happened recently. It still hurts. Yeah. So, I know that feeling. I know that whole thing with Jax being like, you wanted to get close to someone like Jax, and you can't, and they won't let you, and then because you opened up your feelings, that actually kind of hurt. Like, I know that feeling. But yeah. Overall, like I said, this series is an 8 out of 10. I enjoyed it. I was kind of surprised when I opened the first video and it had over like 1 million views, and I'm like, oh, this is interesting. And then it just kept going up, and I'm like, oh, I'm in for something special here, aren't I? And from what I understand, they use EA games like Unreal Engine type thing, the thing that makes Fortnite, to make these characters. So them being in Fortnite literally makes sense. It's not like, it's actually everything, but in Fortnite makes sense. They're like all Fortnite's a multiverse. But this whole collab makes a lot more sense than most of the others. And yeah, I enjoyed it. I don't know, I think Pommy and Pommy and Raggedy Ann Dog or Ragatha are probably my favorites. Then Jax and what was her name? Geiger are probably my second favorites. Kane's fine. Kane doesn't get not annoying until the last episode. So he's fine, but it's just one of those things like, kind of wish you were gone. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I think everyone who wants to watch it can watch it. It takes an episode basically to be like, okay, this series is good or this series is bad. You're either gonna like it or hate it after the first episode. If you like it, the second episode's pretty good, but it doesn't start getting extremely good until the third episode. Like the Gummy Gator, I thought he would have sewed up more. It makes sense for him to be the back bling for Pommy, but he shows up one other episode in the fast food episode, which is, from what I understand, is a hint at the person who created the show's real life. Because from the way I understand it, Geiger was the guy or person who made the series. It's based around Geiger because they like to drawing and stuff like that, and they worked at McDonald's in real life. Then they quit McDonald's to make this show. If I understand that right, I don't know. That was just something I clicked on for a 5-second video, one of those YouTube shorts. And I was like, oh, okay. So, I don't know, maybe Geiger was the actual real person. That would be really funny if that was their voice. I understand the Pommy. I wonder if I don't think the actors that they had to play them in real life was the actors to play the actual characters. But I'm not really sure because they just hired a bunch of random people to sit around doing real life stuff for the last 10 minutes. To just take pictures of the actual stars. Yeah, most of the stuff is a cup in front of someone's face or something like that. But when the final scene, when the bus shows up, it's oh, it's all the people. It's oh, okay, that's kind of cool. I didn't hate it. I haven't heard anything about situation Fieldos this past week. I haven't heard anyone talk about anything for them. It's all about Supergirl right now, and I'm like, oh, okay. I want to see Supergirl. Don't know if I'm going to see Supergirl. I want to, but again, it's a 2-hour drive to a movie theater for me. It's kind of a commitment. It's not fun. So, I don't know. And Spider-Man, apparently, I might not see Spider-Man. Apparently, the tickets went up for pre-order and they were sold out in the first 2 hours. What? But yeah, I haven't heard much about this. I was trying to say spoiler free, but yeah, I was like, okay. I do think it's funny that the AI Kane created a NPC named Abel. I was like, the entire episode, I was like, they're gonna that's Abel. Don't trust Abel. Don't trust Abel. I thought they would only be brothers at first, but I was like, nope. It's at the end, King's like, nope, I don't need you anymore. Killed Abel. But yeah. Again, my favorite episode was probably they all get guns. It makes sense now for Fortnite too. It was just like, yeah, that was Jackson Palmy actually being friends. That's pretty good. And they were both good for each other. And they just, Palmy hates the fact that they didn't have Jax be free at the end of the episode. He stayed the giant goo creature with all those eyes. And I'm like, but at the same time, maybe they'll sneakily make a 10th episode where Jax and Ribbity and the other two get free. I would hope. But from what I understand, this is the last episode. They're working on something new, I guess. There's some type of space girl and an outfit that's going on. And I don't know if that's an episode so that's coming out or so that's out. Like I said, I just clicked this out and afterwards I think I actually followed them. I can't remember. Subbed. But at the same time, it's nice to have something unique. Like someone who actually came up with something unique. Like, yeah, this is like reboot, sort of. But you could tell someone had a passion and made it. Like, Disney's just copying themselves and stuff, and this doesn't feel like a copy of anything. This feels like someone just sitting down and having a good time. Like, hey, I can do this on my computer type deal. I think Disney should be worried about this. Like, the Amazing Digital Circus is pretty amazing. And if this person actually had, like, something back in them, Disney might be worried, man. Same thing with DreamWorks. Be kind of worried about someone who worked at McDonald's making a TV series. Yeah, it took, what was it, 2021 or something like that the first episode came out on? I think it was 2022, actually. They did this on their computer. Using Fortnite technology. Yeah, anyone can do this. If they have a powerful enough computer. I have a laptop and a phone. I can't do this, but and my phone's giving me trouble the last couple days. Took me 2 days to upload a video on TikTok. That train video I uploaded, yeah, 2 days. Everywhere else I uploaded it by noon. You know? Like midnight. But yeah. Hope everyone enjoyed this Amazing Digital Circus. Enjoy it. I don't know what the name of the company is that does this. But you could definitely tell there's an quality upgrade with like the softness, which is probably money. they probably made enough money. That goes on for the episodes. You could slowly start seeing them getting better and better. And yeah. But yeah, I just enjoyed it. Hope everyone has a good weekend. I had kind of a tough weekend, so yeah. Stuff happens, you know. Cats get diseases. Uncurable diseases. Stuff happens. So, sometimes you need a getaway. Well, let you guys go on that thought of knowing my cat's not doing good. Bye.